it's everybody. We are here with Rob Schroeder and Chelsea Lopez, and this is the director and the star of a film called Ultrasound. And I got to tell you both, this is it's an honor to talk to you guys. This was easily one of my favorite films of the past year, because
Um,
it was just like so crazy. But can either of you tell us about the film without any spoilers?
Oh man, that's not too easy. Yeah, it's tough to talk about it without spoiling much, but it it's a sci-fi mystery. I don't know. Chelsea, what do you think? What
it's a sci-fi mystery that deals with themes of control, power, and manipulation, and mind control, and there's some themes of hypnosis going on. I would leave it there, but even
is
that
that?
is saying too much.
Yeah, even that one's a little edgy, but you know.
Yeah,
So
but it
Rob,
is a wild ride for
oh
sure.
yeah, easily, yeah, it's fabulous. Rob, question: how did you sleep at night while writing this movie?
Well, I didn't write it,
Okay,
but
well, directing this movie. Sorry.
I was just exhausted every night. So I was able to sleep pretty good. But yeah, I mean, all those themes, what made them particularly, I don't know, what could keep you up at night was how real they became, because we started this process 6 years ago, and in that time, we saw a lot change in American politics and kind of how we get our information and where news is coming from, and sort of how we form our opinions. And yeah, all of that stuff kind of mirrored reality, and that became a little harrowing.
Yeah, most definitely. It was it yeah. and and Chelsea, what was it like to read the script? And that mean like what was going through your mind when you were taking it all in the first time?
Yeah, when I first got it for the audition, I think I kept it really simple and did like an emotional read for my character, just like through her view lens, like what she was going through. And then once I booked the job, it was a lot of dissecting Connor's script and like writing tons of like, okay, this is where I'm at in my reality, and this is like what's going on in the narrative, and kind of logically uncoding and understanding it, because it is a really layered piece of material. And I think that's what I loved about it, though, is just that it was like this great challenge. And I called Rob. I only had a week or so, week and a half to prep it. So I was calling Rob like every day, I think, and just being like, wait, what is happening in this exact scene? Like, what is going on? And he was so giving as a director to just like really sit through me until I had my aha moment with it. And I think it was like the day before I called him, I was like, I get it. Oh my gosh, it's just like the coolest project ever. And yeah, I was stoked.
I mean, what
And
was really challenging, I think, for Chelsea and playing the role of Cindy, is that a lot of the scenes that Cindy is in are not from her perspective. So it's a very subjective script, and a lot of the scenes and the a lot of what she was performing was from someone else's perspective, and that made reality very uncertain.
Questionable.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
questionable in a lot of scenes. So just for her to track kind of that whole trajectory as a character in this script was very
And
unusual.
the way I work too is like I like to give like backstory and kind of ask Rob, like, I know it's not in the script, but like, where are her parents? Like, how did this all evolve and unfold? And that was like a cool challenge to have to fill in the gaps as an actor
mhm.
for myself. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I like that you brought that up about the different perspectives, and how did you? I mean, there's so much to talk about, but it's so difficult not to spoil it. Um, was there any difference in the way you Chelsea approached a scene where you were just an element as opposed to the person interpreting what you were saying? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you always have like the actor brain, and then you have like the moment, which is like what you step into once you're on set. And I think like no matter how I logically understand this material or how I unveil it all, I think the most important thing for me as an actor is just to be in her reality when I'm there and not like throw away the prep work and then just be in the moment and like what do I smell, taste, hear, and just be present on set and find it too, because a lot of acting is just exploring and finding when you have a good director.
And Rob, do you have any scenes in particular that you just thought really you nailed it? Were there any scenes that stood out?
I mean, we were going pretty fast, so so I felt like the actors nailed it every day, and then we were just trying to keep up with, camera moves and coming up with cool shots and stuff. So there wasn't anything that I felt was particularly, like we nailed it. But I was worried about the rain because usually you would pay for big rain towers and stuff, and we didn't have that money, so we just figured it out on our own, and it worked. But that was, whenever I watch the scenes with rain, I'm always very proud of those because we kind of did it with garden hoses and just made it happen.
Yeah, and it looks torrential. I was gonna be
Thanks.
like,
Yeah.
Chelsea, is there a scene of yours in particular that you really loved?
Yeah, I think how do I not spoil it? I think there's two. I love acting with Brita because I just think Brita's brilliant. So my scenes with Brita were really fun for me because I really like think she's such an amazing actor. And every time I watch the movie, I get chills during her scenes. So those were fun. But I think my favorite with like the camera team and everything was just the picture that's behind you, that scene. There was something just really organic about the way Rob set it up, and the camera team was like mirroring the moment, and I really felt connected in that scene particularly.
Yeah. So were there, I mean, I know we would have to ask Connor for this one, but were there any particular films that inspired some of the threads in this movie or some of the scenes in this film? What
Uh,
were
for films, I'm sure there were films that inspired him in his writing. I know there was an author, Kobo Abe, that inspired his kind of storytelling. But for me, I immediately went to Manchurian Candidate because it's a very, has a lot of the same themes. And then there was a film that I was only recently introduced to called Images by Robert Altman, and it had a lot of subjective shots and some really interesting kind of in camera kind of heady stuff that I really liked. But I mean, I was also looking at a lot of still photography, night photography and stuff that was inspiring. So it was kind of coming from everywhere for me.
wow. So I guess my next question for the both of you is is Bob Stevenson as creepy in real life as he is in the film?
He is the most down to earth, amazing human being. We got to go to Mammoth Film Festival, and we hung out a lot, and we would always hang in the trailers. And he is just, I can't speak highly enough about him. He's so great
Yeah, I
and
love that.
not creepy at all.
He was able to turn it on. And, I think when I think about the casting of that role in particular, I can't think of anybody else doing it. He really toes the line of being, lovable, creepy, terrifying, and yeah, he
And I think him not being that in real life, like, just speaks to a testament of like how he's just one of the greats acting wise, I think.
yeah.
He's a fabulous character actor with a kind of a disarming demeanor, but then
Yeah.
he does that furrowing with his eyebrows, and it's like, ugh. So, and Vincent Kartheiser, he was also amazing. What was it like to work with good old Vincent?
I thought it was great. He, you know, it was interesting when we first got on set. You know, Vincent's not an old man, and he told me he had like 35 years of acting experience or something. And I was, you know, it's like, wow, okay. So, you know, you're talking to a guy who's kind of seen it all. And every day he showed up with incredible enthusiasm and energy and just crazy chops. Like, you know, you hear about sometimes actors who are able to just turn it on. And he's one of those guys who, you know, he doesn't walk around brooding on set. He's Vincent, and then he's Glen,
Mhm.
and then he's Vincent, and then he's Glen. And it's amazing to see. And I mean, Chelsea, you just sat across from him for a lot of those scenes. You can talk about working with him too.
Yeah, he you know, yeah, Vincent is a child actor and as am I. And so I've been acting for 21 years and he's like further along his path. He's older than me. And I thought that was really, that was something that bonded me to him. And we would talk acting and his process is very unique because it is true. He'll be like talking to crew and like Rob and just totally Vincent. And then like up until action, it's like all of a sudden Glenn arrives. And I think that's just such a amazing skill as an actor, to kind of create that quiet on command, you know, and not have to, like Rob saying, like brood to it or something. But yeah, it was fun to work with him and it was a blast.
Well, yeah, it's definitely overall just an impressive film and a lot of fun to watch. What were some of the, I mean, were there any particular reactions at maybe some of the festivals or screenings that were notable? I mean, like what were some of the reactions?
I feel like we got good reactions. I like that it played well at genre festivals, but also mainstream festivals like Tribeca, you know, that have midnight sections. Because it, you know, it, to me, the story feels like it's you know, not a straight horror film. There's a lot of crossover. So for audiences that aren't horror fanatics or genre, you know, obsessed with genre, I was impressed that you know, there was something for everyone.
Mm. Has any, like during screenings or festivals, Chelsea, where was anyone just like, oh, you know, I mean, did they, you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like,
I'm not inside their mind, so I don't know. I hope they received it well, but I think like it's interesting always to sit with an audience and watch it because I have watched this now, like traveling with the movie, just different festivals and stuff, to hear like laughter in tense moments or like, you know, just like reactions from the crowd. It's always a different experience to watch it with the whole body and group of people. But I don't know how it was received because I just do the like acting and then I just kind of go back to my normal life.
well, I can tell you what I thought, and it was really cool, and felt like a nice little Chinese puzzle just unfolding over and over and over. So you both, yeah, did absolutely amazing work.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
and yeah, if everybody, if you've not seen it yet, please make sure to catch it. And where can people see it, Rob?
Currently, it's on VOD, kind of anywhere you watch. So it's on iTunes and Amazon and all those places. And then there'll be a DVD coming soon, and then I think it'll be on a streaming service not too long.
Excellent, excellent.
So,
And yeah, so again, the both of you, thank you so much for your time. And it was an honor to be able to talk to you guys. And everyone, go check out Ultrasound on VOD. And when it comes out on DVD, grab that. All right. Rob,
cool.
Chelsea, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you, Norm.
All right,
Thank
buddy.
you, Norman.
Bye.
Bye.